Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a pretty interesting one, and I say today because I want to get it done today. We'll see how that goes, but hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad because this camera picks up a lot of wind noise. But let me show you what we got going on today. Today we've got some faux stone paneling that's in those boxes over there in the garage, and we are going to take off all of this paneling. First thing we're going to do is rip that tree out, and that'll be its own short, but I'll still record it for this. And then all this paneling is going to come down, and we're going to do faux stone. I think it's going to go pretty quick, so we'll faux stone all the way up and then replace these lights with some cool lights. So yeah, hopefully it's a quick day. We've already removed some of these bricks here. The bricks went all the way to the end, and there was a tree, actually this tree here, this little tree was right here, so we moved it, so now it has, you know, a matching pair. But obviously we're going to bring this down to the same level as the concrete, just right here, and then the faux stone is going to sit there, and I'll unbox that and show you it in a minute. This is my second time working with this stuff. It's a little, I think it's the same, but it seems like it's a little different, so we'll talk through that once I take it out of the box and show you what it is. Like I said, haven't seen a whole lot of people working with it, especially in this application on YouTube, so it's kind of cool to make a video. But first we're going to use the tire off of the back of the Jeep to pull this tree out. So yeah. Alright guys, siding's off, got a good time lapse of that. Now let's check out this stone. So we got this from Lowe's, Ekena Millwork, 45 by 25 inch panels. They're about 80 bucks a piece, $78 a piece. Yeah, it's basically urethane that's painted to look like brick. We had some before. It was from like FauxStonePanel.com. Looked great in our house. I'll try to put a picture of it here. It felt I've only opened it a little bit so far. That's just kind of the initial look. It feels more plasticky than the last stuff. Felt way more urethane, almost not plasticky, but more foamy. But this is clearly the same stuff. So let's take it out, see what it looks like. Package it well, protect it, which is good. And it's supposed to be really easy to work with. I'm going to use a circular saw, that's it, and a jigsaw. Yeah. And it's got this in the back so it can dry if moisture gets behind it. The weird thing is our house, this is the second part of the house that doesn't have any type of house wrap, so I guess all of our neighbors have wood beneath it, but I think that looks pretty cool. I think from even 3-4 feet away it looks real. When you get 20 feet away it's going to look super real. So alright, I'm going to set up with the saw, measure, and we're going to start putting this stuff up. Alright, let me show you my setup in this stupid wind. So yeah, it's just a pretty simple tape measure, Sharpie in case the pencil doesn't work, circular saw. I've got the liquid nails and the caulk gun there, and then I'm going to supplement it with some screws. And I've gone with the sunken head screws so they hide even better. Once you get it up in here, it'd be good. There's not a lot of room or area to liquid nails it, but we'll do the best I can. And then the weird thing is I'm at 44.5 is my size, and 44.5, I can't just cut it cut these ends off, because you could cut off to about 40 inches. So if you weren't wider than 40 inches, you'd be perfect. You can just slice off these ends. But what I think I'm going to do is cut it right down the center, or offset it a little bit like here, and then so I can stagger it. And then once I put one side up, you know, like on the left, so if I put this side up on the left, this will fit in nicely, and I can have a nice edge here. And then I'll just have a couple inches of extra on each one. So yeah, let me get to that. Maybe I'll show you how we cut it real quick, and then put a couple pieces up. I didn't even cut that piece. I just rested it up there and it's perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna caulk it, and then I'll just stagger the cuts where I cut them and just go up the wall. But yeah, that's perfect. It's gonna be perfect over there. That's crazy how perfect that is. But yeah, thank the Lord. So yeah, I'll keep going up the wall, and yeah, this will look good. Alright guys, here it is. Finally, one day, one project. I think it could use some trim and a little bit of touch up, but other than that, it's done. Once the rest of the house has, you know, I think that door over there we want blue, so we got a really nice wooden door coming, and then the shutters are going to be blue, so and then we're going to get rid of the green, so I think that's going to look much nicer. I know the GoPro kind of cut out, or the battery died when I was doing the time lapse, so we'll see how much of that I got done. But I recorded a little more, and then I didn't get the final part. I don't know if you can see it. If you can't, great. Otherwise, yeah, I think I might need one piece of trim up there. The flashing's kind of weird, and then there's a little bit of a gap at one little spot that cut wrong. Truly would have needed about two more panels because what you also can't see is up there. I patched some together, so hard to see, but you know, it's there. You know, we got these lights in. These are pretty cool lights. We really like them. They're motion, or they got a sensor on them, so when it's dark, we've never used these lights before. So now we can actually just turn them on, and then, you know, we might have to caulk up the side here. But yeah, it was looking pretty good. So far, so good. That's the outlet for the water heater, because it's a heat pump water heater. But other than that, like you see on the sides here, the color, it's the urethane color, so maybe a little bit of gray paint that kind of matches here, and that'll go right away. But otherwise, looks pretty good. And the only thing, so we put this in the house in Michigan, same stuff. It's just like a darker reddish brown color, and it lasted, I would say, I mean, it's been 10 years and it still looked great as far as we knew. We sold the house, but it lasted a long time. And I think you know, I thought about putting maybe a matte or a semi-gloss clear coat on it. Maybe that'll help it last, but the stuff in Michigan was still going strong almost a decade later. So yeah, but yeah, looking at it, I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can't. One thing over here is, you know, I try to stagger the joints on these the best I could. Once we got to the light, that piece kind of turned left and went with the rest there. So I had no choice at the end, but the piece below it, if I could have moved left, maybe I would have, but also the light, it would have, putting a joint at the light is a pain. So it turned out pretty good. I think, you know, you can see it a bit, but from what I remember, if you put a little bit of gray, so if we get some gray caulk or even some tan caulk and I put it in there, those darker seams will just blend right away. So I can try that if I need to. Otherwise, yeah, it looks pretty good. Even clear caulk I think would work, but yeah, looks good. Way better than what it was. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.